And welcome back here to our blind first playthrough of Dragon Age Inquisition. And we've made it back after the event at the palace, the Winter Palace. I'm not sure that everything went perfectly, but I'm pretty happy with the ending that I got. I know there are lots of different ways that it could have gone, but, you know, such is life. Now we are back here, and the first thing we need to do is go get a haircut, change some of the decorations around here, and talk to some of our friends. So let's hop to the Black Imperium. Emporium, maybe. Yes, where's Chauncey? Oh, what the hell? Oh, I'm trying to run. Yeah, you can't do that.
Help yourself to a sock from the basket. But only one!
Only one. Are they all odds? They're all the missing socks? Alright, let's do a little something to our face here. Alright, so nothing outrageous. That's all you have to say, sure. We went back to, I think, some of my favorites. So this is probably my favorite beard on the guy. There we go. Well, there's a couple of them, actually. The haircut, too. Some of the haircuts are a little too long, too. This is the only one that is even kind of cleaned up. But, I mean, it's got its own style. But we're going to go with it. We're the Inquisitor. We can handle it. Let's head back now and hit the Undercroft. Okay, so here we are. We're in the bedroom. I put on some different clothes so we can get the hell out of that other stuff we were wearing. I changed up a little bit of the decor. I really like this one. I think this is the Frostback Basin, where it shows the cycle of the moon through the windows. I think that's neat. And I also, like, regardless of, like, ideology or anything, I put on the throne that I think is the cooler one. And what I'd like to do now is head there, because I think we have a judgment to make. And we are right here. Let's sit in judgment of whoever it is. What do we got? What do we got?
First, this wasn't my idea. It is an issue born of titles and heir apparency and... Halam Shiral is having difficulty freeing trade routes formerly controlled by Duchess Florian. Had she been tried, her assets would be forfeit and considerable bureaucracy avoided. So they ask that we judge her.
Her remains. Unusual, but still serious. But she's dead. I have to judge her remains. I'm going to say unusual, but still serious. Let's take this seriously.
There is worth and weight in every judgment, no matter how unusual.
The flies.
That was the time allotted for rebuttal. Her crimes negated any claim to... Forgive me, there is an odor.
Alright, fine, let's get this over with.
Grand Duchess Florian de Chalon, guilty. Your claims are forfeit.
It goes on record now.
I assume, Josephine, this is enough?
Quite, Inquisitor. And again, my apologies.
I don't know how does that affect anything. Everything affects something, doesn't it? Do we have any more? Not at the moment. Now, before we move on to going to the war room, because it's just check here real quick. In our journal, we have what pride had wrought. The Inquisition's efforts have weakened Corypheus' attempts to stir unrest in Thedas. Now is the ideal time to strike. Consult the advisors to plan the next move. So that'll set us up for the future, but I'm not ready to do that yet. Let's run around this place, talk to a couple people. We also, if we want to look, we have a few exclamation points over here. We have Morrigan, and also the Quartermaster, who probably has new upgrades or something going on with the place. So, but first,
I need to have a few words with my publisher. The first one will be you, and the second one will be Bastard. They've claimed for years my crime serials don't sell in Orlais. So why is the Council of Heralds asking me for autographs?
oh,
Sorry, distracted. Anyway, you need something?
I don't know that we do. I feel like we don't, but we're gonna
I've read
check.
your Tale of the Champion.
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
Carry on.
You know what? We're good. I'm gonna take that as an indicator. Maybe there's something else there, but Solas, anything to say, bud?
There are spirits hovering by the veil to observe the thrones of powerful nations, the machinations, betrayals. After our time in Halam Shiral, I understand why. I had forgotten how I missed court intrigue.
I didn't take you, bro. I'm glad you liked it. Have you seen this before? I didn't like it. Have you seen this before?
You missed court intrigue. When were you at court?
Oh, well, never directly, of course. An elven apostate is rarely invited to speak with empresses and kings. But from the Fade, I have watched dynasties form and empires crumble. It is sometimes savage, sometimes noble, and always fascinating. In any event, Celine should now be a steadfast ally, especially after helping her neutralize Briala.
I don't know, just asking an honest question to Solas gets disapproval. You know, at some point with people like that, I'm just like, I don't care, you can disapprove, Solas. I'm sorry about Briala. Is Briala's fate a problem? I'm not sorry about... is her fate a problem
Am I
with you?
sensing concern over how we dealt with Briala?
No? Why would I disapprove of... Oh, because we're both elves. I'm sorry, I was confused. I do not consider myself to have much in common with the elves.
Who? When did Solas become such an ass? That's tragic. Who then? I agree. You should. That's tragic.
Your people have lost so much of their history and culture. Not even think of yourself that way.
I think of myself as me. That's all I've ever needed.
Oh, whatever.
I joined the Inquisition to save the world. Regardless of who my people are, this was the best way to help them. As for the elves of Orlais, Briala did what she could. She was an admirable woman, even if her gambit failed.
I still want to help them. She was short-sighted. She didn't impress me. I still want to help them.
Even if we couldn't help Briala, I hope we can make life better for our Elysian elves.
Stop Corypheus. That will do for a start. It speaks well of you to feel for the oppressed. Help them for that. Know them for what they are, instead of just seeing a pair of pointed ears.
I don't know. That's weird writing. I don't like it at all. I don't like what they're doing with Solas.
Good afternoon.
Let's see here. About the elves.
I'd be interested in hearing your opinions on elven culture.
He doesn't
Perhaps
care.
you could ask Sera. She has opinions.
She's worthy of respect. You don't seem to like her. She's worthy of respect.
Sera is part of our team. You don't need to be snide about her.
Actually, on some level, I do. She takes it better than she would take my pity. Or my envy.
Oh, whatever.
She has a purity of purpose that I lack. I have observed too much and done too little. What do you wish to know?
You can only be snide or pity or envy her. It's like, don't worry, you know, it's better for her that I be snide because, or else she would just get my pity or whatever. How are we, like, this is weird, man. So far, it's like 3-4 disapprovals in a row with Solas. Do we even care? Wait, he just said he doesn't give a shit about elves. So why the hell would he, but he's the historian. I don't know, it's weird.
I'd like to know more about the elves from before our time.
The Dalish strive to remember
Oh, because I
Hallam Shara.
have pointy ears, you think I should be able
was
to know?
merely a fumbling attempt to recreate a forgotten land.
Arlathan.
Elvanan was the empire, and Arlathan its greatest city. Place of magic and beauty, lost to time.
You've studied ancient elves. What else do you know of Arlathan?
We hear stories of them living in trees, and imagine wooden ramps or Dalish Erebels. Imagine instead spires of crystal twining through the branches, palaces floating among the clouds. Imagine beings who lived forever, for whom magic was as natural as breathing. That is what was lost.
Yeah, I'm still confused. Like, he doesn't even think about himself as an elf, but he's an elvish historian. I'm disconnected. You guys can correct me in the comments, and I'll read them and disagree with them. So, tell me about the Dalish. Tell me about the elves. Tell me about elven magic. Hold on.
I'd like to know more about Dalish elves.
It is a mistake to think of the Dalish as a single group. They have lived as separate clans for centuries now. As a consequence, each clan has learned, interpreted, and forgotten different parts of elven history. Some trade freely with humans, or adopt city elves who flee the alienages. Others attack humans on sight.
What can you tell me about elves living in human cities?
We got our
The
approval
culture
back up.
in alienages or among the slaves of Tevinter is like any of the impoverished and powerless. They cling to memories of a better past, and practice a few rituals to distinguish themselves from humans.
And elven magic.
I've heard tales that Dalish magic is different from the magic I learned in the Circle.
No and yes. Magic is magic, just as water is water, but it can be used in different ways. Dalish magic is more practical, not needing chantry approval. although they still frown on blood magic. Superstition. Much of it is more subtle. A legacy from when elves were immortal.
Oh. Was immortality due to magic? Oh, both of these, and also blood magic, but that... I will do both if we can.
Legends of elven immortality. Did they use magic to increase their lifespan?
No. It was simply part of being
Right.
elven. The subtle beauty of their magic was the effect, not the cause of their nature. Some spells took years to cast. Echoes would linger for centuries, harmonizing with new magic in an unending symphony. It must have been beautiful.
I mean, yeah, I believe you. Like, he just longs for the ancient, doesn't he?
You said that the censure against blood magic was a superstition.
I did. It's fortunate Cassandra is not within earshot. Most modern cultures forbid blood magic. Publicly, even Devinter disapproves of it. But as I said, magic is magic. It matters only in how it is used.
Blood magic seems interesting. Blood magic is evil. I kind of agree with him, but at the same time, I feel like that is a door that he's trying to open. Like, oh, it just depends how it's used. Well, how much blood? And whose blood? And
To be honest, I don't see it as different from any other magic. It's a means to an end.
Indeed. The problem is that under the Chantry, blood magic is forbidden, so only criminals practice it. While in Tevinter, magisters compete with each other, instead of keeping their volatile friends in check. They always succeed through power, so they have never had the chance to learn another way.
oh, wait, well, some
We'll
good
talk
conversations here.
Goodbye.
I'll take it. I'll take it. What do we got out here? That'll be Cullen in a moment. I want to go up. Let's go see. Yeah, I mean, this is good. Let's develop our time with these people. I think we're getting past just being friends for no reason, right?
Marvelous business, the Winter Palace. You saved an empress, and now she's eating out of your hand. Perfect mental image. All this dancing, politics, and murder makes me a bit homesick.
Should we do that more often? Why do they keep getting me to romance somebody when I've already romanced Cassandra? Like, am I able to romance more than one person, or is it just I can be a jerk? You missed that? Happy I could help. Don't be ridiculous. You missed that. We'll throw that out there.
Something you actually miss?
It feels like home.
All the drama, the scandal, the petty maneuverings. Back home, we engage in social affairs with the grim intensity of war. When blood is spilled, the battle is won. Less fun when you're the target, but to watch. My, yes. I hope you tried the ham they were serving, by the way. Tasted of despair. It's fascinating.
So funny. The ham of despair now? I mean, we've heard of the cheese of despair, but that'll be enough.
I should
Thank you.
go.
It's a running
Know where I'll
theme.
be.
It's a running theme. All their food is despair. Hold on.
What's on your mind?
That's enough.
I should go.
No.
Naturally.
Was there somebody else here? No, it was just Fiona, and I think we're good on that. Let's go up and talk to the lady, Ms. Leliana. And do we have anything to turn in? No. I feel like we're good. Maybe there's a side... Damn it.
The Empress has gifted us with a selection of rare books. I can't wait till they arrive.
Okay, well, that was a new interaction. Now, examine, that's the same page. Things keep showing up that weren't here or around before, and I don't want to have to reread everything that I've already read just to get to it. There we are. What's up, lady?
So it's true. Some look to Cassandra or even me as Justinia's successor. I never thought the idea would gain momentum. Of course, with the other candidates out of the picture...
But what do you want? You're their last resort. The divine seems useless. Ooh. What do you want, Leliana?
Is becoming divine something you really want?
When Justinia was alive, I would have laughed at anyone who even suggested that I could be her successor. Things have changed. Still, I don't know. Restoring the Chantry will be like trying to steer a sinking vessel through a storm.
I'll help if I can. You could abandon ship, let the Chantry sink. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, that's interesting. Like, I'm not even a fan of the Chantry, truthfully. I'm gonna say it.
If the Chantry is a sinking ship, I say let her sink.
The Chantry has not been kind to mages. I don't blame you for thinking as you do.
And
you think Thaddeus
fake
hates
religion.
mages now? If the
Manipulated.
Chantry falls, don't you think the people will blame magic?
I don't care.
Look at all that's happened. Kirkwall's Chantry, the war, the breach. Mages are always involved. Without the Chantry to guide, that hatred will spiral out of control.
Well, hold on a second. Follow me if this. Human beings and you know, people, let's say, out of all these races are everywhere. And out of all of them, they all have mages. So mages are always involved in everything. So therefore, mages are evil. Wait, but people are involved in everything. It's just weird. They're trying to separate all the time. Like mages, because you're born a mage and you have access to magic, you're automatically considered like some other, which is really what they're trying to do in the writing here. And I get that, though. That's because that's the split, is like you're automatically not equal. You need to be treated completely differently than anybody else because of your connection to magic. Although magic has also saved, helped, and rescued so much in the world, too. Who knows? I mean, in this universe. So I don't know. Hatred would spiral out of control. You know what? Without that chantry there, you know, people might start to really dislike these mages and do some stuff against them. They have been the entire time. So it's just so stupid. There we go.
It was the Chantry that taught people hate and
I'm on
fear.
it. I didn't even read that.
If the Chantry led them to this place, it can lead them out of it. The people are sheep, Inquisitor. They need to follow.
Holy
But
shit.
this is a discussion for later. If Corypheus wins, finding a new divine will be the least of our problems.
Damn, Leliana. People are sheep. They need to be led. We need to create new lies to lie to everybody about everything. Wow. I wonder if we get options that are outside of that, because maybe I should start aiming for it. Like, yeah, burn it down. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how it all plays. Where are we going now? Let's head over to Mr. Cullen. Oh, another Superman pose. Wait. Oh, Mr. Cullen.
I'd be perfectly happy never again setting foot in the Winter Palace. It wasn't the gossip and backstabbing, I know what the game entails, but the indifference to it all.
And the butt pinching, right? I know what you mean. It's how you play the game. We met our goals. We met our goals.
We ended the stalemate. That's what matters.
I didn't care how it
In
ended.
the Winter Palace, the clerics in Val Royeaux were still arguing over who should be divine.
Oh, we're hearing.
Chantry politics may involve less spectacle, but they're just as heated. The Empress rules a country. The divine influences half a continent.
Are you with anyone? See, that makes me, I was going to say, like, who you want to be divine. That's all. Anything I should know? Tell me about our colleagues. Anything I should know, period.
Is there anything I should know?
Sera brought me a piece of cake. She thought I looked hungry.
Why are you telling me this?
Because it was either an act of kindness or a trap. I was hoping you knew which.
That's funny. Well, we'll say that's
all for now.
I'm sure you have other matters to attend.
I'm sure we do. Including, let's go to Blackwall now. Oh, jump. Boom. Bren, how you doing over here, bud?
Watch that tit, Morris.
Or woman. Oh, okay. We still need to do his final mission in the Western Approach. I just don't know. It's a lot of running around there to get to it, I think. Oh, what do you say, dude? Something broody.
Want a drink? I've a hankering for company.
Cool. Have a hankering for coffee.
When I was a boy, there were these urchins who roamed the streets near my father's house.
Oh, his story, though.
One day, they found a dog. A wretched little thing. It came to them for food. They caught it, tied a rope around its neck, and strung it up. Do you know what I did?
Nothing. You saved it? That's horrible. Of course not. That's horrible. I don't know that he did it. I'm gonna say that's horrible.
Not the fireside tale I was expecting, Blackwall.
Just listen. I did nothing. Not a damn thing.
Right.
It was crying. I saw the kicking legs, the neck straining and twisting. And I turned around, went inside, and closed the door. I could have told my father, or alerted someone. I didn't. I just pretended it wasn't happening.
So Blackwall's a different version of John Wick, and everything comes back to a puppy. Oh my god. You were a child, so did everyone else. You were weak. It's so did everyone else. He'll just agree, of course. That's what people do. They just turn their eyes, because evil isn't about people doing evil things, it's about them not standing up against evil things. You were weak. You were a child. We'll throw that out there, though. You were a child, but it doesn't mean that he didn't learn a lesson.
You said you were just a boy.
I was old enough to know the dog was suffering and that it was wrong. I may as well have tied the noose myself. We could make the world better. It's just easier to shut our eyes.
Don't let that stop you. Your eyes aren't shut. All this over a dog?
Nothing worth doing is easy.
Look at you. You would have done the right thing. We're lucky there are people like you in the world. There's always some dog out there. Some fucking mongrel that doesn't know how to stay away.
Well, I just got the opposite of what I had.
From Haven's fire come we, the able true, to Skyhold now, a fortress strong and free.
Oh, Meriden.
We rally with our hero born anew. Inquisitor, there's none as brave as he. It writes itself. At least it seems it should.
By the way, I like Blackwall so much more off of that. What do you say?
Inquisitor, a title hard to rhyme. A challenge for another day, I think. Forgive me my distractions, Eminence. I'm overwhelmed by you and what you've done. My name is Morrigan, a humble bard.
Oh, we've listened to you. How can you help? Wait, you're a bard? Oh, she's a bard. She's not playing around.
What do you bring to the Inquisition?
A simple thing that you know well. The power of a muse to rally hearts and minds. Inquisitor, I want to spread the word of what you've done. A small but vital role. Perhaps I'll also make a coin or two.
You're a bard?
Are you a bard, like those of Orlais?
Oh, heavens no. I'm a minstrel first. My weapon is a cutting tongue, not blades.
She wouldn't tell us anyway.
I hope my skills will help in some small way, if only I can give your deeds their due.
Well, thank you.
Carry on, then.
Oh, I will do my best, Inquisitor.
Okay. Work our way through here. Bull.
You know I've got no problem with Orlesians, but Halam Sharal was a mess. At least under the Qun, you don't get everyone tripping on each other's dicks while the country goes to crap.
Yeah. We need politics. There were mitigating factors. You know, it's life. It's messy.
The politicking we saw at Halam Sharal might seem pointless, but it's the beating heart of the Empire. The winner of the game is the one who best builds alliances and controls what's discussed and what's decided.
So it rewards manipulation instead of rewarding the ability to get stuff done. I don't know. The Qun isn't perfect, but it doesn't care what any single person wants. Orlais is full of people who care about nothing else.
Interesting, juxtaposition there. How's our alliance?
How are we doing with the Ben Hasrath?
We're coordinating with your Legion military. A lot easier with that crap at Halam Sharal done. The Venatori are still considered a cult in Tevinter. Even the Vince think these guys are crazy. If Qunari forces maneuver right, we're hoping to get the Vince fighting the Venatori. That should buy Orlais some time to get its shit together and push from the south.
Excellent.
See you later, Bull.
Good work, Bull.
Nice talking with you, boss.
All right, up to Sera and Cole.
You happier with the champion off with the wardens?
There were wardens in Kirkwall, too.
Oh, piss. Here we go.
No, it's better you not know. Let that weight be mine.
Yes. Let it.
All right, we got a couple exclamation points here, too, and I'm not sure. I have to look.
Did you hear the
We're
news?
missing them, or...
Do you know what it was?
I'll keep an eye out.
Thank you.
What? Here's one.
One for the Empress. For Gaspard. Briala. The Duchess. And
Don't open
Courteous.
the door.
Right in the dangle bag.
What's wrong? Remind me not to get you mad. You think they're the same?
All right, you're clearly annoyed. What can I do?
You're doing fine. It's the dead piled up in Halam Sharal that's nagging at me. A cook here, a footman there. What's it matter, right? So long as there's a butt for the throne. A pretty one, sure. But how many lives are worth one empress's arse? Ugh, that place. Should have just thrown in some bees and slammed the doors.
Oh, I love the bee idea, sure. We made important decisions. Earwigs, that'd stop a ball. That wouldn't have helped. Earwigs.
I don't know. Want to stop a party, I think you go earwigs.
I hate those things, with their little pinchy butts. Josephine should add that to her paper threats. You know the real lesson from all this? Never sleep with an empress. That, and Briala being an idiot. The whole thing would have gone different if that little piss-up wasn't in the middle.
Right. Their mistakes meant it worse. It's not that simple. The Empress was right. It's not that simple, we'll say. Whatever.
There was a lot more going on than a lover's spat.
Oh, sure.
There was.
Because of the hole in the sky, plenty of idiots around before, and there'll be plenty of idiots around after. Better save some arrows, yeah?
Sure, Sera. Now, she doesn't bother me, though. Like, if we get attitude with her, like, I kind of get it.
Back, yeah? Always good.
You don't fit the Inquisition. Is your group still active? Opinions on our allies, thoughts on our progress. I believe we're good. Hold on, let's check our map here. Meriden. Why is it still an exclamation point? Okay, well, either way. We'll check in with her again. But Cole, first let's go Cole. Wait.
Just what I heard.
No, they don't. It's just what I heard. Okay.
I didn't understand the Grand Ball. It would have been easier if they said what they wanted.
It's the game. Did you like the masks? I agree. I agree.
That would have made everything much simpler.
Say what you mean.
The colors were pretty, though.
I'll talk to you later.
If you like. She's still behind the curtains in the reading room, watching the blood pool on the floor.
I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff. Thanks, Cole. Say something nice to us. Something happy.
Yes. There is an issue that you should address.
There we go.
I think it's worth your time, Inquisitor.
Stop the rumors. Operation is available. Perfect. What's up? Anything new?
Inquisitor.
What's been going on?
They've done a lot with this place. I'm impressed.
Well, that's not what's going on. That's not new. Thank you. All right.
Later, then.
Yes. Let's head over here. Before Cassandra, let's check out this other stuff here. Hello. Doctor.
Oh, my maker. You cannot imagine how many letters I've received about the fracas at Halam Sharal. Fortunately, you tied twice as many threads as cut, although it is yet bewildering at the center.
Are we supplied? Halam Sharal caused a stir, eh?
There are problems coming out of Halam Sharal?
There are always problems from Halam Sharal. We've lost a few contracts, but more than made up for it. Although, if a few commendations were given, it might retie some severed threads. I couldn't suggest how. That is better decided at your war table, and I'm not going near that thing.
Good, we don't want you there. I don't know.
How's it going? Do we have what we need?
With Skyhold shining like a beacon? You name it, it's here or on the way. I've wrung out the slackers, given them what for. I think I like this job.
All right, dude. Negotiate a deal for weapon plans operation, sure. And we don't have anything here we can actually do. Sounds good. Of course.
Another time.
Another time. Check in with our surgeon friend.
Have you heard of the new procedures coming out of Orlais? A hole drilled into the skull will cure most ailments. Imagine not to be dependent on magic.
That's not true. It'll relieve brain pressure, but probably kill you. So here we go, Cassandra.
Will you not consider it, Lady Cassandra?
Oh, I see.
The clerics are still sequestered.
If no one steps forward, they will debate until...
And you think I could make them agree? I've heard enough for one day, Mother Giselle.
Get out of here. Oh, give me that side look.
Talk to her, your worship.
Oh, we'll talk to her all night. All right. Is she bothering you, having fun? What's this about?
Is there a problem? It seems like she's bothering you.
Mother Giselle is kind, and she means well. So, yes, she was. I assume you've heard that Leliana and I are both candidates to be the next divine. Because of what happened at Halam Shiral, of course, the Empire favors you. Thus, everyone close to you. So now the Chantry bandies our names about without even asking us first.
So refuse. Who cares about the Chantry? You'd be perfect. Is that even possible? What, for them to... Okay, paths versus... Is that even possible?
How can you and Leliana be candidates? You're not even priests.
It's not without precedent. Amar III was sister to the Emperor, and Galatea a commoner. Leliana and I were, at least, part of the Chantry hierarchy. It would be accepted.
Why am I not a candidate? Hey, why not? Why not?
If they'll pick non-priests, why am I not a candidate?
Because you're a man, first and foremost.
Right.
If they name you a candidate, they may as well join the Tevinter Imperium. Truly, though, I imagine it's because they're frightened of you. A weight such as yours would break the Sunburst throne and tear the Chantry to pieces. I just don't know why they believe Leliana or I would be any better.
Who cares about the Chantry? You'd be perfect. So refuse.
If you don't want it, then tell them so.
It's not that simple.
Surely it was never meant to be like this. The Chantry, the Circle of Magi, the Templars, this cannot be what they intended when it all began.
100%, right.
The Chantry should provide faith, hope. Instead, it cannot veer from its course, even in the face of certain death.
The Chantry has failed. These are extreme times. You really feel that way?
I'm surprised to hear you, of all people, say that.
Oh? Am I not the same woman who declared the Inquisition against the Chantry's wishes? In all my years as a Seeker, I did what I was told. My faith demanded it. But now my faith demands something else. That I see with better eyes.
The Chantry has failed. These are extreme times. I'm gonna say, so do better. I don't know how we're playing this, but...
If you're concerned, then make it better.
Did you
She's
know
the
Varric
one.
is Andrastian? Oh, he blasphemes with every second breath, but deep down he believes. His heart is virtuous. But he would never step foot in a Chantry. It should be the first place to which the virtuous turn. It needs to change. Perhaps I must be the one to change it.
You know, I do understand that. So the options are we tear down the institution or we ignore it. She's the closest to somebody who's trying to live the ideals and wants to make the best out of the institution itself. But it's also, you know, power corrupts absolutely. So is just sustaining, you know, this institution corruption in itself, in that she'll be no better than anybody who came. She might be a good, you know, person at the top of it, of the organization, but, you know, is the whole organization rotten, and would they accept her changes anyway? I don't know. I like your determination. We have other concerns. Maybe the Chantry should end. A new crusade for you. Investigate. What of Leliana?
You're not the only candidate. What about Leliana?
Leliana says she wishes to follow Justinia's legacy. But she and I remember a different person.
Yeah, I don't. Not Leliana.
Justinia knew her fellow clerics and the people would only accept so much change. Leliana would cast it all aside and start over, I think. And that would be chaos for us all.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, the truth, but I like your determination. What would you change? How about that?
What would you change about the Chantry?
The Circle of Magi has its place, but it needs reform. Let the mages govern themselves with our help. Let the Templars stand not as the jailers of mages, but as protectors of the innocent.
That's all idealism
We
again.
must be vigilant. But we must also be compassionate to all peoples of Thedas, human or no.
Oh my god.
That is what I would change.
I want to do the love thing and all that right away, but I want to say...
Perhaps the Chantry needs more than just change.
You mean get rid of it entirely? I disagree. Without the Chantry, the faithful would be lost. The Chantry must simply be more responsible in how it leads. I suppose I should not be so concerned. The clerics speak my name for now, nothing more. For now, restoring order and stopping Corypheus remain our priority.
I'm just rolling with decisions and choices the way I see them in the discussion, the way I'm feeling it. Like, maybe she's right in there. She wants to keep the institution around more than less, try to be incremental in things. But, you know, what happens when the Chantry still exists? She didn't really change anything. She either gets assassinated or dies too, and then somebody else comes in. You know, or they kick her out. Like, I don't know. Like, yeah, it's tough, ain't it? I want to talk to her again.
The sight of you warms the heart.
Aw, that's so sweet. Do you want to be the Divine?
So,
why not?
You're a candidate for Divine
We'll
now.
ask again. Why not?
So I am informed.
Is that something you actually want?
Why should what I want matter?
Isn't happiness important? You're not ambitious? You're not ambitious, we'll say
The
that.
idea of power doesn't appeal to you?
Ah, yes. To be embroiled in politics and have every cleric jealous of me for the rest of my life. It is very simple. The Chantry needs to survive. To do that, it must change. I have never believed in asking another to do what you are unwilling to do yourself. So I look upon this as an opportunity. I owe it to myself and all of Thedas to seek the Sunburst throne.
All right. You'd make a good Divine. Perhaps there's another way. Forget the Chantry.
I don't see why you think the Chantry is so worthy of reform.
I am not so quick to abandon it, or the principles for which it stands.
Well, either way.
I was hoping we could spend some time together.
What could we possibly do to pass the time?
I love it. We're not seeing eye to eye on the Chantry thing, which is a big deal, but, you know. We still have to get away to our little love nest here once in a while. I'll sip some coffee. Coffee. Oh, her smile is so sweet. Oh, where'd she? She's out. Yeah. So fun, interesting. Now we're getting into it, aren't we? Who else do we have here? Let me think.
Grand, isn't it? To know the sanctity of our great institutions is intact.
Say what now?
The Empress. She holds the throne, as she should, and buoyed with that glory go my petitions.
Right, your seventh cousin.
Third, my glory is assured.
Nice knowing you. Sort of.
My glory is assured. Let's see. What else do we have? Oh, Vivienne. We could go check in with her real quick. And then I think let's hit the war table. There might be other stuff going on. And we might find it, we might not find it. But I'm enjoying. Let's get some other stuff progressing here. What's up? There we go.
Inquisitor, I wonder if you might help me with a delicate situation.
Maybe.
There is an alchemical formula that I must complete, but I have been unable to obtain a critical ingredient. The heart of a snowy wyvern. I had arranged to obtain one, but the chevaliers working with me were killed in the Civil War.
What? What is this formula?
I didn't know you were an alchemist, Vivienne. What exactly is this project you're working on?
It is a special request from a member of the Council of Heralds. I am still the Imperial Court Enchanter, after all.
Oh.
The matter is private. That is all there is to say.
You won't tell me.
You want me to risk my life to get this thing for you, but won't tell me what it's for.
My dear, it is hardly proper for me to blab the secrets of those who put trust in my discretion. I would not have attained my position at court if I didn't know when to be silent.
Oh, that's so good. Nope.
This doesn't
Get out of
seem
here.
like my concern.
As you say, I shall remember this, my dear.
Sorry, I'm role-playing this, man. We're not trying to get the best result out of everybody. She wants to send me off to go attack a snowy wyvern after she already sent all these chevaliers to their deaths. For no reason. I don't know what I'm doing, who I'm influencing, just to help out with the game at court for her. Nah, she can go to hell.
Yes, my dear.
Oh, any chance we might... No, we're good. We're out. Okay, oh well, let's see here. Where else could I go for a moment? You know, I feel maybe Blackwall had more to do, but we'll talk to him in a moment. Let's head into the war room, which is right over here. Oh, yeah, Josephine on their way to the war room. How about that? Lady, what's happening?
How bracing to be in the thick of the game again. The last time I was at Alam Shiral was Countess Letienne's wedding. There were a dozen affairs, 5 secret alliances, and a duel between 2 chevaliers over the vintage of an Antivan port. But until the Duchess was unmasked, I've never seen the Winter Palace in shock.
I don't blame them. At least they weren't bored. They should be shaken.
The nobility needed a shock. Corypheus played them all for fools.
Hell yeah, he did.
I agree completely. The game's become increasingly insular in the past few years. Corypheus skillfully took advantage. It's disturbing. So few people in the Orlesian court were aware of the Duchess's machinations.
Celine knew. That surprised me. They're a selfish lot. Celine knew.
The Empress realized she was in danger.
She's always in danger.
Yeah.
Those loyal to her should have practiced more vigilance. But let's not lose sight of victory. Your actions at the ball have secured us allies and favors alike.
All right. The ball was... Oh, we got some stuff. Was a viper's nest? What the hell is that? The ball was pretty dull. It was very exciting. I felt out of place. Viper's nest, man.
Insular clicks, snide half-truths. Everyone sizing up everyone else. They reminded me of home.
I completely understand
because we're a
the
noble,
feeling,
I see.
Inquisitor. Let's hope the next ball either of our families holds is quieter than this one. Shall we?
Right on. Anything else?
I
lady?
was hoping you'd be by.
Oh.
We've received letters from Archon Redanus of Tevinter and King Marcus of Nevada. For both monarchs to come to us is nearly unheard of.
Then we've impressed them. I'm not sure I'm honored. Of course, we're famous. No, I'm... Good. We impressed
Then the Inquisition's deeds have won their respect.
They'd never have contacted us otherwise. Archon Redanus requests that the Inquisition, as a neutral party, destroy a venatory cult on the Nevaran-Tevinter border. King Marcus asks the same, but demands we pledge allegiance to Nevara instead of Tevinter.
My family lets us help both. We'll aid Tevinter. We'll help Nevara. What would you do?
What course of action would you take if you were in my place?
Strained as their relationship with Orlais is, I would assist the Imperium. Their friendship is difficult to win, and Marcus is a fading power. Tevinter is the longer, richer gain.
What's King Marcus like? Let's
what
get
sort
this.
of
Let's find
man
out.
is the King of Nevara?
At this point, elderly. Many fear his health will soon fail him. Still, he is a Pentagast. Their dynasty is exceptionally strong in Nevada.
Right. Does Cassandra... Oh, there we go. Does Cassandra support him?
As a Pentagast, will Cassandra be upset if we don't help her relatives?
I was wondering.
With all respect to Sikar Pentagast, her interest in politics is best described as thin.
Good. Well, how about Redanus of Tevinter?
Why is the ruler of Tevinter turning on the Venatori?
He has little reason to love them. Archon Redanus has rightly identified Corypheus as competition. Few monarchs relish a self-styled god showing up to claim their throne.
Okay, well, what's the Archon like?
Tell me about Redanus.
Like most Tevinter rulers, he's heir to an ancient bloodline, politically shrewd, and a highly skilled mage. Rumor also claims he has an incredibly soft spot for cats.
Ooh, Sir Pounces, possibly. Well, there's another one. My family lets us help both. Can we?
I actually have relatives in Nevara. If you reason with the Archon, the Trevelyan's can persuade King Marcus we should help both countries.
Letting the Inquisition curry favor with both Tevinter and Nevara. Most ideal.
Why not? Oh, why would... Yeah, let's do that. Oh, Inquisition perk,
yes.
Good. How are you always so polite? Let's go
How
with
do
that
you
one.
stay so civil with everyone, Josephine?
Bonds of circumstance among the nobility are fickle. Civility is the only constant everyone admires. And I do deplore rudeness in those who know better.
Doesn't it get tiresome? Sure.
Does it even become a strain sometimes?
Well, it can be trying. There is no shortage of self-regard among the nobility. The game can be wearying, discouraging, and extremely baneful. But honestly, I'd miss meeting people. I've made the most fascinating friends.
Oh no. So, like, the upper crust, the people who are pulling the strings and can have the wealth and the power are controlling everybody, but at least they're not bored, and they get to meet friends, and it's just disgusting, really. I've liked meeting... The game isn't worth it. There we go.
I'd never put up with treachery just for the chance to shake someone's hand.
Right.
A betrayed confidence is a painful thing. I try not to think about it often. A trick one learns to keep their wits about them in Orlais.
Right. Anything to report?
What do the people make of us?
There's scarcely a noble house that hasn't openly pledged its support to us.
Okay. Same thing as usual. We're gonna roll with it. We might have some different ally stuff.
Later, then.
We will speak later. All right, let's head into the war table. Summon the war council. It's a cutscene, something different.
It's time to plan our next attack.
Yep.
What's the state of the Inquisition?
We're well loved in Orlais. Say the words and Empress Celine will send her support.
And your actions at Adamant denied Corypheus his army of pet demons. With Orlais's support, our numbers match his. Corypheus's followers must be panicking.
My agents agree. Our victories have shaken his disciples.
Let's hope for deserters. I'm sure they'll be easier targets. Let's hope for deserters. Why not?
Perhaps they'll rethink following the Darkspawn Magister from the dawn of time. Where is Corypheus now?
After you dealt with the Duchess, Corypheus uprooted his major strongholds. He's moving south to the Arbor Wilds. His army clearly wasn't prepared to flee. Our victories have them on the defensive.
I don't know. I wouldn't be too sure that he isn't feigning anything. We'll keep them there. They're hard to miss. It's time to finish them off. They'll be hard to miss. They'll be hard to miss.
Good of Corypheus to make it easy to find him. If he's hiding in the Arbor Wilds, that's where we finish him.
But what is Corypheus doing in such a remote area?
Right.
His people have been ransacking elven ruins since Haven. We believe he seeks more. What he hopes to find, however, continues to elude us.
Which should surprise no one.
Oh, there we go, Morrigan. Damn it.
I can assist.
Yeah, I was thinking of the Kokari Wilds when they're talking about the Arbor Wilds to the south. Please continue. It can't hurt. You're intruding. I'm going to say please continue.
You have my attention, Lady Morrigan.
What Corypheus seeks in those forgotten woods is as ancient as it is dangerous.
Which is?
'Tis best if I show you.
Hell yeah. All right. How do we... Do we break up with Cassandra and go with Morrigan? Are we about to be swayed?
Is an Eluvian.
Ooh, yeah.
An elven artifact from a time long before their empire was lost to human greed. I restored this one at great cost, but another lies within the Arbor Wilds. That is what Corypheus seeks.
Is it a way to go into the Fade as human? It's beautiful. How did you do this? You brought this here? How did you do this? I don't
You
care.
can restore an artifact like this?
There was a price, but one I gladly paid. I found legends of an elven temple within the Arbor Wilds, untouched. It proved too dangerous to approach, and thus I turned elsewhere to find my prize. If Corypheus has turned southward, he could succeed where I failed. The Eluvian would be his.
What does it do?
A more appropriate question would be, where does it lead?
Let's go. Well, sure. Let's just walk through that thing. Badass. Okay. Now we're getting into it, though. This is great. But what happened to the baby? Did she sacrifice? Or is it something I don't know what's going on. We're gonna find out all types of stuff.
If this place once had a name, it has long been lost.
Eluvians everywhere?
I call it the Crossroads. A place where all Eluvians join, wherever they might be.
This could be useful. And then can we go into other Eluvians to get everywhere else? So, oh, are we in danger? It's incredible. This could be useful.
A useful trick.
For one who knows the way, certainly. The ancient elves left no roads, only ruins hidden in far-flung corners. This is how they traveled between them.
Nice.
As you can see, most of the mirrors are dark, broken, corrupted, or unusable. As for the rest, a few can be opened from this side, but only a few.
Ooh, nice. How did you find this?
How did you find out about this place?
My travels have led me to many strange destinations, Inquisitor. Once, they led me here. It offered sanctuary.
Sanctuary?
Not all the mirrors lead back to our world. The ancients were nothing if not resourceful.
Open from... What does that mean?
If they don't lead back to our world, then...
Places between, like this one. I can describe it no better. For a time, I had a safe place to raise my son. But only for a time. One cannot remain in between forever.
Where's her son? Open from this side, though. Where are we going?
What do you mean, a few can be opened from this side?
Some of the Eluvians have been left unlocked, like doors accidentally left ajar. All others are closed. They can be opened only from beyond.
Opened how?
With a key.
Oh. And I have the key? Or you have a key? No, I am the key.
I suppose you have such a key?
Nope.
The key can be many things. Each Eluvian is different. I have knowledge as well as power. Often that is enough.
Corypheus wants this. I don't understand. Are these useful at all? Well, Corypheus, like back to his intention, what he's looking for.
Corypheus wants to come here?
This is not the Fade, but it is very close. Someone with enough power could tear down the ancient barriers.
And enter the Fade in the flesh, like Corypheus wanted to do with the anchor.
He learned of the Eluvian in the Arbor Wilds as I did. He marshals the last of his forces to reach it.
Awesome. Feels focused, like the story.
You have made Corypheus desperate, Inquisitor. We must work together to stop him, and soon.
Don't leave me in here. What do we see on our way out? Some horror, some nightmare, something just grabs us? Wouldn't that be great? Come on, amp it up. Oh, and we're back. We're back. Where is this at? Oh, wait. I thought, had we been in here? Or was the door locked? I don't know, crazy. Let's, we hadn't talked, oh, there she is. What's up, Morrigan? We're back, now what? Talk to us. Oh my god.
You're the Inquisitor. Mother never told me the Inquisitor was a mage.
Ooh, is that a bad thing? You can sense that? Is that a bad thing?
That's not such a terrible thing, is it?
No, it would be worse. If you couldn't touch magic at all. Like being blind.
Kieran, are you bothering the Inquisitor?
Kieran?
Of course not. Did you see what's on his hand, Mother?
I did see. 'Tis time to return to your studies, little man.
I love it. That's awesome. Oh my god, this is so cool.
My son. Never where you expect him to be, naturally.
He's your son?
I didn't know you had a son.
Why would you? I take great pains to not let my own reputation affect him in any way. To most in the Imperial Court, he's simply a quiet and well-spoken lad, perhaps the heir of some distant family. But he goes where I go. Worry not, Inquisitor. Kieran is a curious boy, but seldom troublesome.
Where is his father?
Will his father be joining us as well?
'Twould be most unlikely. I have raised Kieran on my own for quite some time now, as was my preference from the start. So 'tis but the two of us, Inquisitor. Your fortress is a large place, and you will scarce notice our presence.
I wanted to talk to you. You must be proud. He's a bit odd. I wanted to talk to you. I'm going to go with that.
I came here to talk with you.
So you did. To think, until recently this place stood decrepit, occupied only by the desperate and the lost. Now it is party to events that threaten to shake the world. I wonder if it is pleased.
Yeah, the place is pleased, right? You know about Skyhold.
It sounds like you've heard of Skyhold before.
This fortress was built upon the remains of a site holy to the ancient elves. They called it Tara Salan, the place where the sky is kept. It is said that from here, they reached up to the heavens to bring them down to rest. They abandoned it, as did the humans who came after them. Bones laid upon bones, silent until your arrival.
I love that. I just finished Elden Ring, and that's Dark Souls. All that stuff is the same thing. It's just society and bones built on top of bones. I'm rather fond of it. Well, we were lucky to find it. It's defensible, at least. I'm rather fond of it, actually.
I like this place. I've made it mine.
The magic in this place has seeped into the stones, protecting it from darkness. Those who let it fall to ruin did not know what they possessed. You, I think, shall do it justice. You were kind to welcome my aid, Inquisitor, even knowing as little of me as you do.
Oh, we've heard rumor.
I will do my best to aid your cause with all the knowledge at my disposal. This I swear to you.
You'll be useful. That's a very serious thank you. Thank you.
I appreciate whatever help you can give us.
That's a little too
Some
nice.
might think Corypheus a madman for seeking godhood. Yet one must ask, what were the old gods? What secrets of theirs did the ancient magisters know?
Yeah, let's get the reality of this.
What I fear, what all should fear, is not that Corypheus believes he can succeed. 'Tis that he actually may.
Yeah, not that he's just a megalomaniac who has no idea what he's doing, but that he might actually know what he's doing and be able to succeed.
I understand
crazy.
you have spared the Grey Wardens from destroying what goodwill was left them. 'Tis good of you, considering the weakness Corypheus exploited was their own doing. Still, should a true archdemon one day arise, they will no doubt be needed. Or so they would have us believe.
Ooh. Thoughts on the Inquisition?
Now that you've seen the Inquisition up close, what are your impressions?
'Tis remarkable what you have built. I will give you that. Leliana has built a network of spies beyond anything Thedas has seen. All this in precious little time, conjured from thin air through the power of fervor alone. I wonder if Corypheus suspected what he was enabling, just as I wonder what will become of all this once he is defeated.
Interesting. Also, do you need a jacket, Morrigan? Are you cold? The power of magic. I just realized we're up in the mountains here. First, we must defeat him. I'm not sure what's next. The Inquisition will continue. I'm not sure what's next.
I have no idea what will happen once all this is over.
Do you not? No doubt there will be countless men and women with suggestions.
Right, we better learn.
Beware the heights you reach, Inquisitor. When this is done, many will be eager to knock you back down.
Oh, foreshadowing our ending of the game, maybe? Tell me more about you. Yeah, why not?
I'd like to know more about you.
Of course we do.
Ah, yes. Whence comes the mystery woman slinking her way into the Inquisition's ranks? Once I was an apostate, living well away from the banal influence of the Chantry in the Kakari wilds. Then came the Fifth Blight with its darkspawn, and I left Ferelden for the Empress's court. 'Tis certain the nobles of Orlais breathe a collective sigh of relief that I am now here.
You're an apostate?
It's odd that an apostate could live so openly.
It confuses those who expect apostates to cower and hide. I stand boldly before them and demand to know why I need some Chantry mage to teach me to control my power.
I love her.
They would put me on a leash so they can feel safer at night. I am uninterested in their comfort.
Hell yeah.
Naturally, it helps to have friends in high places.
Oh man, how do we, Morrigan, ride or die, let's go. Why the Orlesian court?
The Orlesian court seems like an odd place to find someone like you.
That was the point, originally. I knew the Empress was intrigued by the arcane, and that I could answer questions no Chantry mage could. Thus, we fit together nicely. I became her advisor, and she my benefactor and source of refuge. Truth be told, our arrangement would not have lasted much longer. Too many wagging tongues, even for Celine.
Right on. You were in the Fifth Blight?
You were in Ferelden during the Blight?
Yes.
The Blight began in the Kukari Wilds, so yes, I experienced it firsthand. Indeed, I fought at the hero of Ferelden's side for a time. He is the reason the Blight was defeated. In the end, what he did for me, I will always be grateful. And after that, I came to Orlais. The last place one would look for me, or such was my hope.
Yeah, so Kieran has like the old archdemon or like soul or the old god or something in him. So it's just
Tell
awesome.
me more about your son.
He is a very special young man.
Special in what way?
In every way. At first, Kieran was a means to an end. But as he grew, I never thought of myself as a mother inquisitor. I had no good example to follow. I find myself becoming something I can barely recognize.
I love it.
I leave you to the garden.
Of course.
Oh, I love it. Anything else? Just real quick.
I
Just
imagine
gotta
your
try.
forces will be heading into the Arbor Wilds very soon, Inquisitor.
We'll see.
Trust me when I say that wherever the Eluvian is hidden, it is worth any effort to prevent Corypheus from acquiring it.
I think we already got to this.
I'd like to know more about you.
If you have questions, then ask.
Okay, we're good. Yeah.
I leave you to the garden.
I'll leave
Until
you
next time, then.
to the garden. Now, only other thing is Mother Giselle out here floating around somewhere?
Will you need me again
There
today?
she is.
I
Oh.
believe so. Let me check my distillations.
I want to get into a discussion with her for a minute.
Inquisitor?
No, we're good. No, we don't.
Farewell.
Be well, Inquisitor.
I just thought she might have a little more to add there. Let us then... What do we got here? Let's head back to the war room and get some more going on there. I'm loving this episode. Like, I'm loving all the context. It's just nuts. By the way, guys, I may not be for the Andrastian Chantry, but I do love them flames. And I guess, you know, a person burning in them. But really, it's those incense burners. Just the others kind of look clunky. I think the Inquisition one looks okay. I don't know. They're all a little But let's head on in. You know what? Let's check our map first, too. Just make sure there's no weird, like, you know, exclamation points or anything going. Not that I'm seeing. Cool. All right, let's go get some reading on. Get our lore. Speaking of lore, do we have... Yes, we have one codex. Quick. Yes, we got to check. Oh, we only have 3 more of the magic ones. Eluvians. Let me tell you something. There are mirrors. Old mirrors from the ancient times when our people ruled every part of this land. Only they're not really mirrors. They're Eluvians. You can find some dusty old scholar. He's going to tell you our people used Eluvians to talk to each other. Don't believe it. They're portals. You walk into one and eventually you come out the other side. Or at least that is what I'm told. You ever wonder why they've never found any elven roads? Like our ancestors never walked anywhere? That's why. They used Eluvians, and there are still Eluvians in the old places today. Some of them even work, and Briala knows where they are. If we can get our hands on them, we'll have an advantage that no human could ever hope to counter. The ability to move across half of Thedas in a heartbeat. From a letter discovered in the ashes of a building in the Versial alienage, 9th Age 40 dragon. Briala, so man, if we could have reconciled her, she's a... Why did we send her out and exile her ass? It's crazy. Okay. Okay. Hey, everybody. Oh, we have our perk here. So, let's go. Let's just try to see what we got here. Forces, Rider's Posture, Focus, Mage Schematics. I mean, fine. What do we have here? Connections. Nobility Knowledge. Why not? Wait. Sterling, Clientele, Rare Stocks. I'm just trying to look at Friends in High Places. Merchants will send us things. History, knowledge, merchant. So let's get the knowledges, I guess. Increases inventory capacity, I think nobility knowledge we'll go with, just to have it. Alright. And let's see what we got here. What do we have turned in first? Find spies in Skyhold. Oh, I remember this now. Backseating. Coordinating with Leliana has allowed us to start tracing the Venatori information network. Leliana seems pleased that she can feed the Venatori misinformation to disguise the Inquisition's goals more effectively. I will be in contact when I have solid information on where the Venatori information network leads. I'm using Ben Hasrith contacts across Olay and Ferelden to trace the information, and I should have something soon. Talus. So now we have another mission. Track spies and Valerie. Oh, we got a sigil. Sounds good. Oh, we got some stuff opened up, I figured. We also have alliances forging the way forward. The Thibault family is becoming a clear favorite in the war of station that is ongoing between the noble houses. The Bordellians have all but ceased to exist socially, and many are scrambling for traditional alliances. Lady Eustace Richelieu has emerged as a strong voice at court and is suggesting several arranged marriages to solidify ties, and presumably the standing of her house as arbiter and matchmaker. Well, we get a little influence, sure. And then we had over here, just resources, perfect. We'll take some pyrophyte. I need to look into where I get better schematics and stuff, all that sort of stuff. Okay, man, we have a bunch here, so... Alright, hold on a second, hold on. Negotiate a deal for weapons. Capitalize on alliances with Fairbanks. Let's get over here for a minute. Stop the rumors. Delicate negotiations. Annexing Kirkwall. Let's go with that one. The worst of the Mage Rebellion is now past. However, the mage who started it all, who destroyed the Chantry in Kirkwall and murdered Grand Cleric Althena and dozens of the innocent faithful, is still at large. The fanatic Anders must be brought to justice. Though he may no longer be in the city, it is still home to many of his known associates. I thus resolved to invade Kirkwall, to locate Anders, but Starkhaven's annexation of this notoriously troubled city has not proceeded as planned. Oh, Starkhaven annexed Kirkwall. The city's resistance opposes me. They forget that I do this for the good of the city and for all the free marches. As a staunch ally of the Inquisition, I entreat support for this endeavor, that Kirkwall may be brought under control before more innocents are harmed. Sebastian Vale. Let's see who's saying what. Josephine, I fear the diplomatic ramifications of having our soldiers seen as part of a conquering army. Let us tell the prince that the Inquisition has no one to spare. After the destruction of Haven, who would blame us? Leliana. We have a chance to end this to our advantage. Aveline will back down in the face of our overwhelming force. If we bolster Sebastian with Inquisition agents as his advisors, we can keep him from doing more damage. Cullen. The prince means to retaliate against anyone who ever harbored Anders. Kirkwall's resistance is headed by Guard Captain Aveline. With our help, she can break Sebastian's resolve and send him running back to Starkhaven. Now, how are we going to do this? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? What are we... Oh, God, I just don't know. To hell with Sebastian.
Inquisitor.
Goodbye. Crotch Droste. Douche coming in there. All right, dude. And you leave Anders alone. You guys know how I feel. He's a revolutionary. All right. What else we got here? Let's go. Stop the rumors. From far off Mont Samard, a songstress comes with lies and thoughtless jibes. Insults our name. I hated her in school. She pulled my hair. We must not let her make these vulgar claims. Meriden. Josephine, our allies' words will turn the tide for her. Leliana, a minstrel with no tongue can tell no lies. I'm going brutal.
Let's see what we have.
Leliana's going to go cut somebody's tongue out. I love it. Maybe not her personally. And who else do we have? I believe we have our favorite here. So, let's check with the Fairbanks first. Capitalize on alliance with Fairbanks. I've been told that the Council of Heralds has reviewed the evidence and now recognizes Everest Lamarck, known to us till now as Fairbanks, as the sole heir of Lord Garreau Lamarck. All holdings in chattel retained by the Lamarck noble house have now reverted to the ownership of Lord Everest Lamarck. I smell an opportunity. Oh, they're too busy, but that's okay, because I know we're going with our Josephine anyway. A rebel helping the helpless, fighting the enemies of the Empire, and all the while hiding the secret of his noble blood. It makes for a romantic story, and Orlesians love their romance. Sell Lord Evereast right, and we'll have all the wealthy ladies of Southern Olay eating out of his hand, and ours.
At your service.
Boom. Bam. Got it. Now, we have a bunch of other stuff to do. We're going to have to wait, because everybody's busy. I don't know that there's anything that's super crazy, so we're going to have to think. Those are elven ruins. There's our what Pride hath wrought. We also now we have Stop Venatori in the west. We have wherever the hell we were trying to. Oh, Western Approach. We still have places to go. Now, guys, we also, I'm thinking we have Disaster in the Deep Roads, and we have Investigate Frostback Basin, and I feel like we're close to time on that. Like I feel like we're close to time on it. I might want to jump in one of those DLCs. We got Morrigan with us, though. We got so many little things to do. So let's get out there. Let's have an adventure. And let's do it all in the next episode.